the E-board just to bag your free core and have her suck me off until the knees sore. Then I make her hop on my cock like a seesaw and donkey dick your honky bitch till she calls me Eeyore.
I'll hop kick you while they try to rush you to that hospital. I'ma crash that school bus into your ambulance. My tool tuck if two bust, you the panic man, and I know you can prevent yourself from choking, cause your grandma can. That old bitch, oh, I said that old bitch popped them teeth out. I popped my meat out. We send you to your room and hang a sign that say keep out.
Battling me in grind time, dog, is like facing Neo and Zion. I'm like some brand new linoleum, a fresh can of Krylon. I'm them two turntables young Primo had his eye on. I'm the first time anyone turned Rakim's mic on.
Now, I used to date this Jewish chick who liked to polish the tip. Gave her the option mostly. She could either swallow or spit. Now, she always chose the latter, and I figured you know since you're a fairy. Does taking a load in the mouth really count as mixing meat with your dairy?
Any form of fucking you up makes me extremely happy.
But see, I bet you think you gonna win today, right? You gonna take that big loss here. Cause I can say some dumb shit like your mama rock assless chaps with the Rick Ross beard.
I ain't a battle rapper. I might get mad at rappers. Gun bust, stab, or smack it. Pop the cake, Dr. Dre, I will aftermath you.
When y'all first met and you was like, yo, my name is Real Deal from the land of the steel mills, and you said, shh, you had me at Real Deal.
You talked to one bitch in your life and got stuck in the friend spot. Bitch looked like a fat version of Wilma from Bedrock. Had a bright ass head of hair. I was calling her Red Top. Coochie looked like she got a clown's head in a leg lock. You the only one more out of place than me in this sort of hood. This motherfucker probably gets morning wood at Dick's Sporting Goods.
How you gonna move weight when you ain't got the muscle to lift it? You should be somewhere in Tijuana wearing a poncho hustling chiclets.
Popping shells, my metal sprays, I'll decimate your crib. Weapons waving, blazing, about to levitate your wig. Call me Jason, Leatherface, or Freddy with the pen. Get a shade with 7 blades, I'll separate your skin.
All about my mind, all about my grind, all about my paper, cause it's gonna shine. This is my time, this is my time, this is my time. All about my mind, all about my grind, all about my paper, cause it's gonna shine. This is my time, this is my time, this is my time.
We got my man Mad Illz in the house.
What's good, what's
representing Grind Time Now. Alright, that's a big deal for me right now, brother. You know what I'm saying? We know that you do big things. We got you originating from Texas.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Representing O-Town. Alright. What was the beginning of your whole start of Grind Time?
Well, of Grind Time, it was 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, at the college campus of UCF. My partner Direct decided to start a battle league. He came to me because I throw all the big battles in Orlando, and he kind of wanted to throw a battle DVD, like Smack DVD type deal.
Yeah.
I had this idea about doing an actual league, and he was like, well, man, that sounds like something I might be interested in. Okay. So I said, yo, let's be partners. We matched up, and then that's how it went. He had connects, and I had connects from my Scribble Jam days and stuff like that. So
yeah, Scribble Jam are some of the DVDs that you did, right? Because I see that you have history in film as well. For Grind Time,
yeah,
very heavy on World Star Hip Hop,
right.
Very heavy on YouTube. I mean, all right, let's go back to the beginning. We have you originally getting your first recognition on World Star Hip Hop, right? You did the Johnny Storm versus Mosh battle, I believe it was, right? From there, what were some of the biggest battles that you had on Grind Time?
Some of the biggest battles that we had on Grind Time, no doubt, it was Dumbfounded versus Tantrum. That really got a lot of views. We of course have a Conceited versus Arsenal. That jumped over 1 million. That was one of the first ones that jumped over 1 million. Of course, some Hollow the Dawn battles, Hollow versus Awkwards. Even Awkwards versus T-Rex was a pretty big battle. Anytime Conceited's involved, you know, now Johnny Storm, Real Deal. Thesaurus is a monster. He's a legend. So is Immaculate. Any of our guys, a lot of our staff are legends themselves in the battle game. So, I mean, Follow the Leader was a very, very good event. Battles reaching over 100,000 very quickly.
Wow.
So now you're starting to see a lot of battles that are hitting that mainstream appeal.
Well, we know that how you represent and you're the leader of a whole conglomerate of things. that have battling involved. Now, we know that you have a history of music yourself.
Yes.
Right? I seen you rock the house tonight. You did an amazing job. Amazing job. Right? A lot of energy. This man brings incredible energy to the stage. Now, what was the beginning of your rap career? Was that the lead of like what made you say, okay, well now I want to get involved with doing battles myself because I represented the art so well?
Right.
Was that like the beginning of what made you want to do that, or?
No, like the way everything really began for me is I was a poet at first.
Wow. Okay.
And I would spit at school when I was in school coming up, and cats would try to battle me because they didn't really want like a Mexican cat jumping out. It was kind of not the thing, like just in my little area that I was in.
Okay.
You know. So for me, wasn't that I liked battling, it's just that I had to battle to establish myself. And then I realized that I was good at it.
Okay.
Realized I was good at writing, and from there I started battling and making music.
And that's what we have you winning like things like the Hush Show of Orlando.
Right.
We got you winning things like the Jada Kiss Rough Riders.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That was huge back
yeah.
in Orlando. We had you on World Rap Championship in ATL.
Yes.
Man, you have a resume, man. You have a resume. All right, and we also have you performing with some of the greatest, some of the greatest of all time. We have you performing with people like KRS-One.
Yes.
We have you performing with people like Slaughterhouse, Goody Mob.
Yep.
I mean, like, what is that like for you being among some of the greatest names of hip hop and representing it as a new person? Not so much new, but the next generation.
Right.
Of the people who pioneered what we call this art hip hop.
It was great, and to learn a lot of things off of them, like KRS, you know, he's a guy that will sit you down and explain to you how this art form should be, how it should be progressing into the next level. You got people like DJ Disco Wiz, you know, first Latino DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he DJ'd for me in one of my sets when I went into New York and did a show at the Bronx Museum. He sat me down and taught me about hip hop. And furthermore, what happened before me, like my favorite MC was KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? So doing shows with him was crazy. Like even being there when Wu-Tang wasn't really getting along, being backstage,
seeing it fall apart,
like
almost.
Being backstage and seeing them cats argue, or even like getting into it with Twista. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like you get to see the real side of hip hop behind the scenes, because these cats don't put on a front. You know, not that they put on a front in front of the show, but that's them doing
there's
the show.
a professional level, there's a front stage and backstage.
To get to see all that stuff backstage and behind the scenes is great.
What has that done for you as far as like, has it made you jaded in hip hop at all? Like, because I mean, you know, a lot of times we get the image, you know what I mean, from the front of the stage.
Right.
And when you go behind the stage, things are so different. You know what I mean? Things don't seem as glamorous, they don't seem as, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Presented almost and set up.
It's helped me become more aware of how things are supposed to work. Rather than you see a lot of artists will go off of what they see on TV or what they hear on the radio, and they think this is where they want to be at. They don't understand what happens behind the scenes. And an earlier part of my career, to get a chance to see that, it actually taught me a lot of how this industry works and how I'm supposed to carry myself in order to get to certain positions that I'm in now.
Now, can you tell me something about, because I see here that you've also been responsible for 2 tours, right? Like as far as like coordinating 2 tours, like what is the process going from an artist, right, to now you're coordinating tours? Was it your own tour, or was it a tour that handled multiple people and you had to, at that point, take the business side of things?
Right.
Like, what's the difference between going from an artist to going to a coordinator and having to be responsible for so many people in such a large venue?
Right. Well, I've been on 13 tours. Okay.
Wow.
I've been on 2 of them, and why you might have seen that it was just 2 tours is that 2 of them were tours that weren't handled by myself.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I've been the guy that actually books the venues, talks to the promoters, sends out the contracts, just the all-in-one guy. Like with Rock the Bells, I was managing all the cats with the Grind Time stage. I made sure 50 acts were able to get in the door, get their badges, get to the stage on time, make sure that our stage manager was properly communicating with construction, with production, to make sure we got our everything. Make sure we got our water on the side of the stage. Make sure our DJs were setting up. You know, so I have the stage manager experience. You know what I mean? And furthermore, like with Red Bull the other night,
the battles and all that.
To the MC challenge, I was
serious.
the artist coordinator. So I picked all the judges, all the contestants. So there's a lot of things like you can learn from touring. You can pick them up and you can take them into other fields. You don't necessarily have to be the rapper all the time.
No,
you can find other ways to make your money. Same thing with Warped Tour, you know, like we was a part of the promotion on that. So Warped Tour, Rock the Bells, the Paid Dues Festival, all of the biggest hip-hop festivals in the United States. I mean, I've gained a point where we can take all of this knowledge that now we're learning from all these corporations, and they can trickle down to the people that weren't learning these beforehand, that are just out there blindly trying to promote themselves. Make sure you check me out. Follow me at Matt Illz, MADDILLZ. The album is coming soon, and just catch me on tour. Peace.
Word.